Hey, Shane Cooper here, founder of DeFeet. We're celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. We're really excited. We've got a lot of new technologies coming out. And DeFeet, we're kind of a core company in cycling, and most of the principals here and many of the employees are cyclists. We're just a small little micro soccery located in the foothills of North Carolina. We have about 50 employees. We buy the best quality yarns that we can get that are available, and we make all of our products right here in Hildebrand, North Carolina. So let's go take a quick tour. Are you ready? Yeah, so here at DeFeet, this is our yarn room, and all of our yarn comes from about an 80-mile radius. The yarns that we're using now are recycled out of recycled water bottles, and they actually are recycled in North Carolina as well, where they chip the water bottles up. And the company's name is Reprieve, and the head company is Unified. So Unified with Reprieve yarns. Our wool here at DeFeet comes from the U.S. suppliers, and we actually use 3 different states for the sheep farming in Colorado, North Dakota, and Wyoming. And then it comes to South Carolina, Charleston, to have it superwashed. And it's a really good loop now, and we've been doing this loop for about 4 years. And before that, it was very difficult to get wool in the U.S., and the wool that we use is non-muselinged, and it was coming from New Zealand, and now we're able to offer it as a U.S. product. We're very proud of that, and the new wools that are available in the DeFeet socks are American farmed and raised, and it's merino, so it's all good stuff. So here we are in the development room for the artwork. And so what happens is when you send in your design idea, then we take it and we take your idea and we digitize it into a machine language, and then this particular sheet would go to our knitting department, which loads in where all the colors go for our technicians. And then this is what you would approve as a customer. You would approve something like this. It's a computer mock-up, and then at the end of the day, this is the sock you'd get. So at DeFeet, design can come from anywhere. The inspiration for design for this one was a skateboard company, which you can see the skateboards behind me, and we worked with their designers on this particular sock. It's available in our line. And then ice cream. Everybody wants ice cream. We all scream for ice cream. This is a new sock coming out in March, and it will be available for your summer hot rides. And at DeFeet, there's one thing to keep in mind. We're not just about the design element. We're about the technology behind the design. This is our 25th anniversary this year. We're constantly innovating with yarn, with technology of actual knitting of the sock. And I think that's what separates DeFeet. We actually understand how a sock is made, which you'll see later on in this video, but we also understand why we're making a sock and what we're doing with that particular sock, our customer. And so we follow those procedures when we're doing product testing, product development, and we always keep those things in mind. And so when you buy DeFeet socks, you're going to get long-lasting goodness. So here we are in the knitting room, where we actually take the computer program, we get it into the knitting machine, we load the back yarns that were on this sheet onto the yarn spill, and then we actually turn the machine on, and out comes the sock. Yeah, so what happens is this sock comes out of the machine without a toe. And then we have another process where we actually sew the toe closed, making sure that the seam is very, very small. We also have some machinery at DeFeet that make the toe while being made on the machine. And that's our latest sock called the Levitator Light. and the ciclismo. After we've made the sock, of course, the sock has got some waxes from the yarns or some machine oil on, so we have to send them through a wash process. And here at DeFeet, what we do is we wash with just regular earth-friendly detergents, and then we take them from the washing machine into a dryer, and then we dry them to where they have some moisture left before we take them to the next process, which is what we call boarding, what you at home would call as ironing. Okay, now we have the sock, and it's semi-dry, but we like to keep a little dampness to the sock, because this next process is where you take a wrinkly sock and you put it on a form, which then goes on into a heated environment and comes out nice, toasty, and flat. Yeah, sorry about the darkness here. This is where packing is done, and Tyler and I are here late today because we did a bike ride, and so everybody's gone home for the day. So these socks are nice and pressed, and this is the final stage where we will get to finally inspect the sock for the 4th time inspection, and then we pack it and send it to you, and then you go for a bike ride. So we go out in the elements and we test our product. And that's what we're excited about this year, is to launch some of these new products that we're bringing forward with the technology available to us in the yarn industry. So some of the new ones that we're talking about now, some really cool design elements, the levitator light, no toe seam, and our new women's specific 3-size system, which we'll be talking about later in the year. And this is available, I believe, March 1st. And Lycra in the heel and toe, women tend to have less foot volume than men. And we were experiencing a little bit of a problem with women below a size 6 saying that there was a little bit of bagginess in the toe box. So they call me a sockologist. I'm a self-proclaimed sockologist, but what we have here is the anatomy of a DeFeet sock. What we were able to do back in 1992 is we were able to take wicking materials and place them next to the skin instead of on the outside of the sock. When you place a wicking material next to the skin, your foot sweats into the wicking material. And then the outer surface of the sock is a nylon, which is like a rebar for protection. That's why DeFeet socks last so long. Commonly on the market, what you'll find is the reverse process of this. So when you walk up and feel a sock on the shelf, you're going to pick up the sock and feel what's called hand, and you're feeling the outside of the sock. So that might be nice and soft, like our inside, but on the inside of their sock is hard. And so we felt back in 1992 that that was reverse. So we reverse engineered the sock. And the reason we're one of the only ones in the world that can do this is because we own our own machinery. We had to manipulate the machinery to where it would actually work this way and train our employees to tie the yarn on backwards. And so that's one of the top secrets about DeFeet. Top secret 25 years ago, so we kind of let everybody know about it, but shh, don't tell our competitors.